arrest me.
I don't want. Okay, I don't want us to have.
I told you where the vehicle is.
The truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand.
They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake, giving us details of promises are fake. We don't want it anymore.
Now to the news headlines. Edo security squad dismantles kidnappers' camps in large-scale bush combi operation across forests.
Oboha, like I was made to know, where we've been hearing of distress calls from the indigents of these kidnap situations. But we've been able to go deep into the forest. We've carried out various search, even with the help of our drones and military personnel.
Happy. So we thank our Honorable Governor for this laudable effort. Thank you, sir, for fighting criminality in Uhiere Akure Road. With this now, we are not fearing again. But I think we can sleep now with our two eyes closed.
Edo Migration Agency arrests suspected human traffickers, rescues 2 minors being trafficked to Libya.
13 years old, while the other one is 14 years old. But the good news is that they were able to come back with some evidence of the company, the transport company.
What she told me is what I'm going to do is not what I was seeing. What they are doing there is prostitution.
Yes, they are from our place.
From where?
From Akwa Ibom.
Edo Deputy Governor Dennis Idahosa inspects Igoba Zua General Hospital for upgrade and improved healthcare delivery.
It's clear that the hospital needs some transformation. This is the major hospital that serves the entire region.
We are going to start action as soon as possible.
We want to thank them for what they've done thus far and the promises they've made.
Kaduna Peace Model gains ground as traditional leaders and communities reaffirm commitment in Giwa local government area.
We shall commend the duo of Malandu Hurubado and distinguished Senator Obasani for gearing attention towards eradicating this social menace within the state across the north and beyond.
Good evening and many thanks for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6, reaching you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital. My name is Harmony Agbafor, and now to the news in details. In a segment in the fight against human trafficking, the Edo State Migration Agency has rescued 2 minors who were being trafficked to Libya, and a separate case of a young girl trafficked for prostitution in Mali. The agency is now warning parents to be vigilant and report suspicious activities to the agency or law enforcement agencies with the slogan, See, Say, Sort. The report is presented by Best Orator.
13 years old, while the other one is 14 years old. But the good news is that they were able to come back with some evidence of the company, the transport company.
The Edo State Migration Agency arrested 3 individuals, including a 49-year-old woman in connection with the trafficking of 2 minors, a 13-year-old and 14-year-old girls. The minors, identified as Success and Happy, were on their way to Mali when they were intercepted by a response team in Zaria, Kaduna State, northern Nigeria. The managing director, Edo Migration Agency, Honorable Loki Agazuma, stated that the children were able to identify the transport company allegedly collaborating with the traffickers in Edo State. He commended the state governor for his proactive stance and commitment to combating human trafficking.
We are here today to quickly inform our state people what some shenanigans are still trying to do, regardless of what is going on in our advocacy. And we have two minor here who are from my own state, Edo State here. One is a success, one is happy. Is it happy? Yes. So they were both, the traffickers had the intention of trafficking them out from here to Libya. So we had the case in good time. We were able to intercept them in Zaria, Kaduna State. And as we speak, they are with us at the moment. One of them is 13 years old, while the other one is 14 years old. But the good news is that they were able to come back with some evidence of the company, the transport company, that they are using in this state to traffic minors out, unaccompanied minor, to Libya, to Morocco, to the rest of the countries around the world. So based on this, we have already had an outreach to several companies that they don't need to be involved in this. You know, within our law, within the purview of our law, it says that the traffickers, the facilitators, they are both in the same page when it comes to committing crime of human trafficking. So that is where we are today. I want to thank His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, Senator Modio Bevolo, who is making all resources available for us to work, to track and trace people. So today we have them back from Zaria on their way to Libya. Thank you. And we equally have their parents here too with us.
Honorable Agazuma also highlighted a separate case involving a young girl named Faith Joseph, who was trafficked from Afuze to Mali. She was promised a job as a sales girl in Lagos, but was later taken to Mali for prostitution by her facilitator.
You know, it's youth-tide period where some persons come from other country to visit us. So I'm advising parents to be very, very careful this period. Like this young lady here, was promised a job, fake job, that she was going to be working in Lagos, all the way from Afuze, that she was going to be working in Lagos. So she was deceived. Instead of Lagos, she was trafficked to Mali. With the help of the First Lady of the state, Her Excellency, and the Commissioner of Police, we all collaborated together, and at the same time, we have her here with us.
One of the suspects, 49-year-old Comfort Edu, the mother of a principal trafficker who is currently at large, initially denied involvement in the crime. He claimed she was aware the minors were at her daughter's house at Uwa Street, but did not know it was a trafficking operation. However, during questioning by journalists, she admitted that her daughter had trafficked 6 children before now.
They asked me to go and meet somebody in Lagos to be working with as a sales girl. The woman is selling provision in Lagos. That is what they told me that I'm going there to do. So when I reached Lagos, she now take me. I asked her that when we reached Lagos in the night, so we slept in a hotel. She lodged us there, then we slept there. So I asked her whether we never reached there. She said no, it's the next morning that we reach there. So the next morning, we now enter Podnovu to Cotonou. When we reached Cotonou, we still slept in that Cotonou that day because we reached Cotonou around 6 p.m. So we slept there in the hotel. So I still asked her that I will pass Lagos, so because she told me that I'm going to Lagos, so we pass Lagos. So that is when she handed over me to driver to take me to Mali. When I reached Mali around 10. That is when they take me to the woman. So when I reached there, what she told me is what I'm going to do is not what I was saying. What they are doing there is prostitution. That is what they are doing there.
The boy want tell me this, she tell me this, but I know Allah. And tell me that was Sunday morning. He called her success. Say she started Libya. Now 78 years, say but he never born. Now wet. Yeah, husband now wet. Say they find get away what they happen. On Monday go put her for work to the pay her salary. Because surprise our mama. Because he called her success, so he called tell me the same thing we talk. Now as she tell me, I call say Italy good though, but Italy now abroad. Now he got to say, now because Italy, if I go, I'll surprise my mama. Now we call the boy there. For the boy, cut it and say, okay, more go meet the sister. We can't go meet the sister, cause snap us. They cut that where I call other bless I know where I call say, my body they sound. For I cut a snap us, cause that I give the person.
I am innocent of it. I am not the one. It's one boy who brought the children to my daughter saying that it is her his sisters, that since he brought them, there will be no problem. And daughter asked, are you sure no problem? The boy said, no, there will be no problem. So my daughter now carried them. That is where I knew it. I'm from Akwa Ibom State.
Where is your daughter now? How many children your daughter don't carry? How often your daughter they carry children?
Six.
Huh?
6
so
children.
You know say your daughter did do that thing?
Now what did she tell me?
You know say she did do that thing. Your daughter, she know they stay for your house?
No, we're not staying together.
But you know say now that the job where she they do be that. She they give you money now. She
they sell water or now what I know be that.
But you know say you just mention and say you don't carry 6. Those 6 children they be your relation. Now you born the 6 children?
No.
They be your family member?
Yes, they are from our place.
From where?
From Akwa Ibom.
Akwa Ibom, but they are not your relation. Where should Dofe carry?
Following the arrest, Honorable Lucky Agazuma and the state task force visited the transport company to summon their staff for further investigation. He issued a stern warning to all transport companies to stop engaging in such activities.
We just returned back from the company, the transport company that helps them to facilitate the smuggling of minor out of Edo State to Libya. Meanwhile, I get to the company, they admitted immediately that they acted in ignorance. And as we speak, they are in our custody. Once again, I am thanking His Excellency, my strategic investigators, the team of Edma, SP Aneto and his team, the task force, for a collaborative effort. So when anything comes up, we from the Migration Agency, we bring it to the notice of the relevant stakeholders and let it serve as a straight warning to the transport companies. It is a crime here in Edo State to be involved in human trafficking, to be a facilitator. The crime that holds a facilitator also holds the trafficker equally.
Honorable Agazuma concluded by urging parents to be vigilant, especially during these difficult economic times. He cautioned against individuals who promise a greener pasture for their children but have ulterior motives. He encouraged the public to report any suspicious activity using the slogan, see, say, sort. He emphasized that it is the public's duty to see and report suspicious activity and the agency's responsibility to investigate and apprehend the suspects, ensuring safe migration for everyone. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
The Edo State Special Security Squad, codenamed Operation Flush Out Cultists and Kidnappers, has intensified its crackdown on criminal elements across the state, with a large-scale bushcombing operation that led to the recovery of firearms and ammunition in strategic locations. The coordinated exercise was carried out under the direct supervision of the Chief Security Officer, CSO, and the Governor's Principal Security Officers, PSO. Let's now join BeeTv Best Orator for details.
The operation covered Ovia Northeast, Esan Northeast, Esan West, and Esan Southeast local government areas in parts of Edo South and Edo Central Senatorial District of Edo State. Particular attention was paid to the Benin-Akure Road corridor, where passengers of a transport company in New Edo Line were recently kidnapped. During the sweep, operatives recovered 2 locally made double-barrel guns and 1 live cartridge in adjoining communities, including Asasoba and Idumigie in Ovia Northeast local government area. Officials noted that the discoveries point to the entrenched use of local armory by kidnappers operating in the region. A member of the squad, Mr. Eribo Emanta, disclosed that in Ugboha Forest, operatives discovered abandoned camps suspected to have been used as kidnapping hideouts. He emphasized that the exercise will remain continuous, with Governor Mondi Okpebolo personally monitoring the team's activities.
It's a continuous exercise. There's no hiding place for any kidnapper or criminals in Edo State. Since they say they are not going to rest, we are not resting either. The governor is resolute, no going back. It's something we must achieve. To call us, we are just a call away. And these people are not invisible. They settle in their bushes, so they shouldn't be scared at all. The first thing they use in getting people is fear. And once that is out, we'll get it. And the youth of each community should be engaged in this process. It's a continuous process. We all should be ready.
On his part, the team leader, Idemudia Noah, stressed that the team is deploying drones, military personnel, and advanced surveillance in its relentless pursuit of kidnappers. He said they received distress calls from Ugboha people reporting kidnapping incidents, and they responded with massive combing of the forest. He said this administration is determined to ensure Edo is too unsafe for criminals. The message, according to him, is clear. Criminals must leave the state or face decisive action.
Oboha, like I was made to know, where we've been hearing of distress calls from the indigents of these kidnap situations. But we've been able to go deep into the forest. We've carried out various search, even with the help of our drones and military personnel, hunters from various neighborhoods, letting the people know that His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpewolo, is hell-bent to fight against criminality in the state. And like I keep saying, we would not rest, because Pikin will say, in Papa no go rest, himself no go rest. That is our adage. So if you see something, you say it, because when you hide it, you're part of the crime itself. That Edo is no longer a hiding place for criminals.
Community leaders also hailed the government's decisive action. The Okaele of Ekwekpeti, Mr. Osaro Ehiozomagie, and a resident, Mr. Igodao Michael, commended Governor Okpewolo for deploying the squad, noting that kidnapping had become rampant along the route and the local hunters had long been overstretched. They described the intervention as a relief, stressing the need for further government support in logistics and mobility to help communities implement the ongoing operations.
For about, let me just say, a month now, we are not rest in Akure Road, Benin Akure Road. All those kidnappers, they have been terrorizing everybody here. So all this while, we carry our hunters union to make sure say we do our best. So we are happy today now to see the team from the governor's office to come our aid, to come and help us. Even on Saturday here, we recover more than 9 people from the bush where they kidnapped. With the assistance of the governor and the vigilante and the hunters. From now, to make sure say this very road, everything is okay. Everywhere is calm for everybody to pass.
You can even see now, he's clearing the road to make it wide so that when you are here, you'll be seen far. It's a good effort. We are happy. So we thank our Honorable Governor for this laudable effort. Thank you, sir, for fighting criminality in Uhiere Akure Road. We have all been in the bush. We have been combing the area, looking for the kidnappers. As we are here now, some people are still in the bush. So we are happy. With this now, we are not fearing again. But I think we can sleep now with our 2 eyes closed.
Beyond the immediate operations, the squad also embarked on a show of force exercise across Sobe, Ozala, Iruekme, Ekboma, Ihumidumu, Egwari, Irua, Idomu, Ojezua, Ivwe, Obedu, Arwe Uromi, Egbeli, Amedoshan Uromi, Ugboha, and several other communities. Security officials explained that the operation was intended to reassure residents of government's commitment to safety and to send a strong warning to criminal networks. The multi-agency efforts, which included the army, police, and local security operatives, saw personnel trek for hours deep into the forest in search of criminal hideouts. While no arrests have been made so far, the security personnel are seriously on the trails of kidnappers, as authorities described the operation as a preventive strike that dismantled potential bases of kidnappers. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
In a bid to reposition the state health sector, Edo State's Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, has paid an on-the-spot assessment to the Igobazua General Hospital in Ovia Southwest local government area of the state. The Deputy Governor says the visit to the hospital is to ascertain the needs of the facility with the aim of fixing them. BeeTv News Best Orator has details.
It's clear that the hospital needs some transformation. This is the major hospital that serves the entire region.
The Igbobazuwa General Hospital in Ovia Southwest Local Government Area of Edo State is a major health facility owned by the state government to cater for the health needs of the people in the locality. The Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, is here on an on-the-spot assessment to ascertain the level of operation of the hospital equipment and manpower of the facility. Speaking to journalists after the visit, the Deputy Governor noted that the state government will provide the necessary needs of the healthcare facility in order to meet the health needs of patients in the hospital.
Today, just for an oversight to see the current situation in the hospital, and it is clear that the hospital needs some transformation. This is the major hospital that serves the entire region, so the traffic is quite high. So we were asked to come today to look at the hospital by His Excellency the Executive Governor. In line with his campaign promises, he wants to ensure that all the hospitals across Edo State meets the highest standard. So based on that, we are here, and the assessment has been good, and we will do the needful to ensure that what is needed is met.
The Executive Secretary, Hospital Management Agency, Dr. Nelson Tinebe, the Acting Medical Director of the hospital, Dr. Daniel Moses, gave their impression on the healthcare facility.
We've done our tour, and we have listened to your complaints, and we are going to start action as soon as possible. This hospital is still going to be one of the best in the state, like it has been.
I want to sincerely appreciate this visit by the entire team, the board and the government, and we want to thank them for what they've done thus far and the promises they've made, and we trust that they will make true those promises and we'll all be better.
The Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, assured the hospital management of government's readiness to reposition the hospital. Best Orator, reporting for BeeTv News.
Residents in Benin City are raising concerns over the dangers posed by open gutters, describing them as breeding grounds for mosquitoes, sources of foul odor, and major contributors to flooding. BeeTv News' God's Gift Omone gathered that the situation has become a serious health hazard around Benin City, where uncovered drains overflow during rainfall and spill dirty water into the streets and homes. BeeTv News' God's Gift Omone has more.
The stagnant water in uncovered gutters has been identified as a source of flies and mosquitoes, heightening the risk of malaria and other waterborne diseases. There are also concerns that exposed drains pose daily dangers to pedestrians and school children who risk accidents while attempting to navigate the areas. Calls have been made for government's intervention through proper drainage covering and regular deseating as part of environmental sanitation efforts in the state capital. Residents noted that stagnant water in the open gutters attracts flies and mosquitoes, increasing the risk of malaria and other waterborne diseases. They appealed to the government to prioritize proper drainage covering and regular deseating as part of environmental sanitation efforts in the state capital.
It's really good for the gutter to be covered, at least to prevent any living creature to fall on it, and although even though they do the gutter now, at the end of the day, they can still be maintaining the gutter now. You cannot just open gutter, at the end of the day, you are not covering it. When somebody fall on the gutter, it may result to injury or death or anything otherwise. So it is really very much obvious. At least they say when a bird perches on a tiny rope, the best must to dance. Any governor that has to create any gutter, he will know that he have to prepare any amenities to cover the gutter up.
You want our people, those who throw those inside the gutter. I think government will do something about that. You understand?
Environmental health experts have also emphasized the importance of covered and well-maintained drainage systems, noting that open gutters not only endanger public health, but also undermine urban cleanliness. God's Gift Omone reporting for BeeTv News.
The Nigerian Customs Service has announced the interception of 20 containers of illicit drugs valued at 13.5 billion naira in Rivers State. The disclosure was made during a ceremony marking the change of leadership at the Area 2 Command of the service at Onne Port. The report.
Mohamed Babandide officially bowed out after 2 years serving as area controller. The event, attended by other security and regulatory agencies, highlighted the command's recent achievements. One of them is the seizure of large quantities of controlled substances and its implication for public health and safety.
We intercepted 77 million tablets of tramadol. 77 million. We equally intercepted over 12 million bottles of codeine syrup, 100 ml each. You will agree with me, this country is witnessing a lot of organ failures, and these are the products of substance abuse and counterfeit medicine.
Aliyu Alkali takes over as the 26th controller of Area 2 Command.
Oh, I've come here with only one agenda, and that is the advancement of my country, safety of my country, and security and revenue. And I can assure you my doors too are open for you at any time. And I look forward to engaging with you on one-on-one basis so that we can move the Ono Command forward and move our country forward.
The task before you is both noble and demanding. But we are confident in your ability to steer this command to greater heights. We implore you to build on the solid legacies left behind by your predecessor.
Shortly after the handing and taking over formalities, attention shifted to the latest breakthrough in the war against smuggling. Once again on display are container loads of codeine and other controlled substances illegally imported into the country.
We call them merchant of death, people that are into this importation of illicit substances. They will try their luck, no matter what. And it's an international cartel, from the supplier to those that are receiving in Nigeria. They will be doing their best to ensure that they beat us, but we are equal to the tax.
Mohamed Babandide has been promoted to the rank of Assistant Controller General and redeployed to head Customs Zone A in Lagos State. Evelyn Isabella reporting for BeeTv News.
Nigeria's First Lady Remi Tinubu has launched the RHI Green Nigeria Challenge, a nationwide environmental competition designed to encourage families, youth groups, communities, and states to participate in tree planting and promote environmental cleanliness. She unveiled the challenge at a quarterly meeting with wives of state governors and coordinators of the RHI. The challenge, with the motto "Go Green Today for a Greener Tomorrow," is in 3 categories: households, communities, and states, offering a grand prize of 20 million naira for the best performing household, 50 million naira for the best community, and 100 million naira for the best states. At the event, the First Lady presented a 100 million naira check to Enugu State and recognized by RHI as the model green states.
And we are ready to start, and we expect you all to do the same. So this land belongs to us, and we want a clean land, and we are blessed with all the greens. Look at all around us. So, and I think the villa has to be given a prize. Yes. Even a prize money for all our gardeners. I think I'm going to take that.
We're trying our best to make sure that it gets to the grassroots. We have a modality of how we dispense some of these things, and we will continue to make sure that we try to also, in our states, propagate this and make sure that people know what is happening.
No, the thing to keeping the state clean is not just by giving instructions, it's also by being very proactive in what you've been doing. It's more like seeing things, picking it up, you know, like moving around, going on inspections. So that has actually helped greatly in making Enugu State.
The House of Appropriations Committee has expressed concern about the slow implementation of the 2024 budget, but noted that key finance officials have given assurances of improved performance before the year ends. This followed a closed-door session in Abuja with the Ministers of Finance, Budget, the DMO, and the Accountant General. The Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, revealed that about 80% of the 2024 budget has been implemented with grassroots infrastructure topping priority areas. Also, the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Abubakar Bagudu, emphasized that strong executive-legislative collaboration is important, particularly as the ongoing reforms are yielding results.
And, you know, Nigerians are really concerned about the budget implementations, which is co-mandated to the National Assembly
We have engaged with Minister of Finance and Minister of Budget. Both of them acknowledge that, and they have agreed to work so hard so that at least Nigerians can see the progress of the budget.
The budget performance looked at 2024. Basically, overall, it's around 80%. And as you know, the budget for 2024 was extended by the National Assembly till December, so it is still running. So it is still a work in progress. It's still ongoing.
Their appreciation of all the achievements under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and they commended the respect for the National Assembly and the excellent working relationship between the federal government, and they stated that they have supported all the major reform initiatives which have produced the result, including the latest tax reforms.
The Kaduna Peace Model is making notable progress in Giwa local government area. During a recent stakeholders meeting, community leaders, farmers, Fulani representatives, and security officials reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening the initiative and tackling emerging challenges. They commended Governor Uba Sani's dialogue-driven approach, which many believe is restoring hope and fostering stability in the region. The report.
A cross-section of leaders gathered at Giwa Local Government Secretariat to strengthen the Kaduna Peace Model. The initiative relies on dialogue and non-kinetic strategies to restore trust, rebuild livelihoods, and promote harmony among communities long divided by insecurity. A representative of the National Security Advisor and local officials sat with farmers and others, reviewing progress, identifying challenges, and mapping out new solutions. Traditional leaders welcomed the return of normal life but warned against rising petty crimes.
We have achieved a lot. Let me give an example of my area, Kidanda. In previous years, we could not cultivate our farms, but now we are able to cultivate them. Also, our Fulani neighbors who could not enter towns before are now coming into town to carry out their daily routines. He said, if it were before, I will not make attempts to attend this meeting. I could only pass through Giwa inside a car. He said, my advice is, this committee should also be established at the local government level. This will allow effective follow-up of this peace initiative.
On behalf of Governor Huba Sani, the Chief of Staff, Sani Liman Kilar, reaffirms the government's commitment to dialogue and inclusion.
We shall commend the duo of Malandu Hurubado and distinguished Senator Obasani for gearing attention towards eradicating this social menace within the state across the north and beyond.
Fulani leaders and Yiti Allah pledged to uphold the peace accord. They also urged fairness in government project and empowerment.
We want peace, and we thank God peace is returning. And we pray that we all have the courage to live peacefully in Giwa and Birnangwari.
Though challenges remain, optimism is growing in Giwa. The Kaduna Peace Model is showing that peace, once elusive, may now be within reach. Soher of Sangaki, reporting for BeeTv News.
Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State has launched a tree planting exercise aimed at mitigating the effect of climate change across the state. The flag of ceremony held in Karu and Akwanga local government areas is part of a broader initiative to promote a greener environment and healthier living for residents. The report.
Dedicated by the Nasarawa State Government to the pursuit of greener and healthier environment, the State Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources is introducing a tree planting campaign while also revamping waste management. The initiative seeks to mitigate the adverse effects of climate change and address deforestation.
To our communities and youth that are present today, especially my gender, planting, nurturing a tree is planting hope. And using waste bags responsibly is protecting that hope. Let us all embrace these practices not only for ourselves but for the generation yet to come.
The governor officially flagged off the DA initiative, stressing that proper waste collection can be turned into wealth creation opportunities.
Once waste is generated, that waste has to be organized. If the waste is not organized, then it goes to become actually a disadvantage. And that is the essence of the event today. So the two presenters have come up here to explain to us, the ways that we can actually change waste to wealth. And the only way you can do that is if you are dealing with organized wealth. So organized waste will only come by us collecting the waste properly, ensuring that it does not become a public disaster, and ensuring that it's properly collected by those who are going to do the conversion, because you can convert waste now to so many other things.
Local officials in Karo and Akwanga described the campaign as a timely with significant potential to reduce the impact of climate change in the state.
At a most critical time when the world is grappling with the effect of climate change, afforestation and environmental degradation, as a local government we recognize that the environmental sustainability is not just a global concern, but a local responsibility that demands our collective action.
By linking waste management with tree planting, the campaign aligns local actions with global climate solutions. Residents are being encouraged to make use of the distributed waste bags and bins while also embracing tree planting as a civic responsibility. Favor Kolawole reporting for BeeTv News.
The former Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, is currently being interrogated by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, over alleged financial misconduct during his tenure. Source within Anti-Graft Agency confirmed Mr. Mele Kyari is at the EFCC headquarters in Abuja. Mr. Mele Kyari was reportedly invited by the Commission to clarify issues surrounding financial transactions while he was at the helm of the company. The EFCC spokesman, Dele Yale, could not be reached for comment at the time of filing this report. In the spirit of collaboration and inter-regional partnership, Honorable Joseph Ayegbeni Ugoke, Executive Director of Commercial and Environmental Development at the South-South Development Commission, SSDC, paid a courtesy visit to Mr. Senyi Cyril Yudson, Managing Director of the North Central Development Commission, NCDC in Abuja. The visit, which was more than a routine engagement, it was a strategic move aimed at strengthening ties between two regional development bodies with similar mandates of driving sustainable growth, infrastructure, development, and community empowerment across Nigeria's geopolitical zones. During the meeting, Honorable Ugoke emphasized the importance of fostering cross-regional cooperation to accelerate Nigeria's development agenda. He highlighted that both commissions share common challenges such as environmental degradation, infrastructure deficit, insecurity, and unemployment, issues that require synergy, knowledge exchange, and joint initiatives. Mr. Yudson, in his response, welcomed Honorable Ugoke warmly and commended the SSDC for its early strides in aligning commerce with environmental priorities in the South-South region. He assured that the North Central Development Commission remains open to collaborations that would deliver measurable impacts to citizens in both regions. Both leaders discussed areas of possible partnerships including infrastructure and transportation systems, environmental sustainability and erosion control, agriculture and food security, and youth empowerment programs that cut across regional divides. Honorable Goke expressed confidence that with the political will of the federal government and the leadership of regional commissions, Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones can work more closely together to achieve inclusive growth. House Committee on Youth in Parliament, Olamide Alao Akala, has called for constitutional and structural reforms to secure Nigeria's future and expand opportunities for its young population. He made this known at the Nigerian Youth Dialogue to mark International Youth Day in Abuja. BeeTv News' SOL Senwige has details.
Speaking at the Nigerian Youth Dialogue in Abuja to mark International Youth Day, the Chairman House Committee on Youth in Parliament, Olamide Alao Akala, noted that the nation's diversity and evolving realities demand dialogue and consensus building has a pathway to stability and development.
Nigeria is complex. In passing a bill is not easy. It's not easy at all. Like for example now, see the way we are seated here now. This even shows Nigeria in one way. From the north, from the southwest, from the southeast, from the north central. So passing a bill, you have to consider everybody's area.
Also contributing, Honorable Mukhtar Shagaya has showed that lawmakers are committed to promoting policies that empower young Nigerians in entrepreneurship, digital innovation, climate action, and governance. He emphasized the need to translate ideas from such dialogues into budget, programs, and legislation that deliver real impact.
As legislators, we remain committed to strengthening policies that empower young people, whether in entrepreneurship, digital innovation, climate action, or governance.
Representatives of development partners, including Plan International Nigeria and Action Aid, highlighted the creativity and resilience of young people as critical drivers of transformation.
For us, really, young people are the priority in all our engagements. Of course, we know that young people make up majority of the population, and in terms of nation building, any direction which we want to steer this nation forward, the young people have to be the pillar.
We've heard from the youth what is happening, and that informed the State of the Nigerian Youth Report. So today we are going to launch that report. We are going to dialogue, so it gives us a mirror into reality of young persons across Nigeria, across the 6 geopolitical zones.
As Nigerian marks International Youth Day, the message from lawmakers and development partners is clear. The country's future depends on reforms that give young people not just a voice, but a seat at the table of nation building. Soa Osemegi, reporting for BeeTv News.
Now let's dive into the business world. The Nigerian Customs Service, NCS, has shortlisted 286,697 candidates for the computer-based test CBT phase of its ongoing recruitment exercise. The CBT will be conducted online between the 14th and 21st of September 2025. Let's now join our business news correspondent, BeeTv News SOL Senwige, for more details on this and more from the business world.
A total of 573,523 applications were received for 3,927 vacancies across the Superintendent, Inspectorate, and Customs Assistant Cadre. These applications underwent a rigorous screening process, after which the shortlisted candidates were selected. The recruitment process is merit-based and transparent. All updates and communications will be issued through official NCS platforms only. No payment or social media engagement are involved in the recruitment process. Fuel loading operations resumed nationwide on Wednesday, September 10, 2025, following a resolution between the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers and Dangote Petroleum Refinery. This came after a 2-day strike that had altered depot and station operations. The strike began in protest against the alleged restriction of drivers employed by Dangote from joining trade unions. Initial negotiations facilitated by the Ministry of Labour and Employment failed, leading to nationwide shutdowns on Monday and Tuesday. The resolution marks a return to normalcy in the downstream petroleum sector, with depot and filling station fully operational. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) has announced plans to attract $60 billion in new investment over the next 5 to 7 years for the expansion of Nigeria's gas infrastructure. The investment will focus on scaling up natural gas production to 12 billion cubic feet per day, expanding refinery capacity, and supporting major infrastructure projects. Currently, the NLNG operates Train 6 with Train 7 under construction and expected to be completed in 2026. Plans are in place for Trains 8 and 9 to further boost production capacity from 22 million metric tons per annum to 30 million metric tons per annum. With 210 trillion cubic feet of gas reserves and over 200 underdeveloped oil and gas fields, Nigeria continues to position itself as a key investment destination in the global energy market. The federal government of Nigeria, in partnership with the International Solar Alliance, has launched a $500 million distributed renewable energy Nigerian fund aimed at accelerating solar energy deployment across the country. The fund will support a 3-year action plan focused on expanding access to decentralized solar energy solutions. Key areas of implementation includes deployment of mini-grids in underserved areas, promotion of rooftop solar systems, solar integration in agriculture and agribusiness, creation of a solar technology and application resource center, support for e-mobility and digital inclusion in rural communities. The initiative is expected to significantly contribute to Nigerians' energy transition, strategy and job creation effort. Esoa Osemeki, reporting for BeeTv News.
Now let's dive into the world of sports. Manchester City has released an official statement regarding the condition of Omar Mamouche after the forward picked up an injury during the international break. The Egyptian was in action for his country and he scored during the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, but has sustained an injury. Let's now join our BeeTv News sports correspondent Freeman Osawe for more on this and more from the world of sports.
Following the forward's unexpected injury, Manchester City have now confirmed that he will miss their next game. The statement confirms, as reported by Sporter, that the Citizens forward sustained a knee injury during Egypt's national team match against Burkina Faso. Initial scan results conducted in the player's home country indicates that the 26-year-old will be unavailable for Manchester derby. City further clarified that Mamouche will return to Manchester for additional examinations and to commence his rehabilitation. As featured in all 3 of Joseph Guardiola's side matches since the start of the season, contributing 1 assist, Eric Chell is flying high with Nigeria Super Eagles guiding the senior team to a 7-match unbeaten streak since taking charge. Confidence keeps growing. Franco-Malian coach Eric Chell continues to build momentum as Nigeria Super Eagles coach extending his unbeaten run to 7 matches since taking charges. The team's confidence is noticeably growing under his leadership despite recent challenges in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Chell's record includes 3 wins, notably 2 competitive victories against Rwanda and a morale-boosting friendly victory over Ghana during the Unity Cup earlier this year in London. After the frustration of failing to land a rematch with Gervonta Davis, the next step in Montrose Jr.'s career looks set to be revealed in the coming days. The WBF Super Featherweight champion almost defied the odds and public expectation on March 1st when he ended a draw against WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Tank Davis at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The 114, 114, 113, 115 Roach 114, 114 scorecards were met with discontent, with many believing Roach deserved the win. The outcome may have been different had Roach been awarded the 10-8 round in the night when Davis said to a knee from a job. Referee Steve Willis initially looked set to administer an 8-count but changed his mind. Davis later claimed the knockdown was the result of air products getting to his eyes. And that's it on Sport News. Thanks for watching. Freeman Usawi reporting for BeeTv News.
And that is the size of our news package for the evening. Many thanks for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6. My name is Harmony Agbafor, and good night.